Welcome to U.S. Homeless Stories. In the dim back streets of San Francisco, life flickers between fragile hope and crushing despair, like a candle trembling in the thick bay fog that blankets the city each dawn. They call this place the Golden City, a realm once alive with promise, where gold rushes sparked fortunes and tech innovations build empires, drawing dreamers from afar. Yet, behind the shimmering skyline, thousands wander in quiet agony, their whispers carried away by the biting Pacific breeze, souls weighed down by invisible burdens. In 2024, over 8,000 hearts in San Francisco endured nights without shelter. This isn't just homelessness, it's the city's wounded pulse, begging for empathy before it fades into oblivion. What shadowy forces shatter this dreamscape into shattered lives? One, the current state of homelessness in San Francisco. San Francisco, the city of fog, golden lights, and billion-dollar dreams, hides a truth far less glamorous beneath its skyline. More than 8,300 people are without homes, and nearly 3/4 of them sleep outside every night.
It's personal to me because I am a single mom of two, boy and girl, and we were in a hotel recently at the Oasis. We stayed for about a year. We got our housing recently, and if it wasn't for that hotel, I don't know where we would be.
Beneath the shimmer of the tech world and the glow of the Golden Gate, you'll find tents pressed against cold sidewalks, belongings tucked into shopping carts, and quiet faces trying to survive another dawn. In a city with one of the highest GDPs in America, the contrast between innovation and desperation feels impossible to ignore.
And I'll never forget the first night I was homeless. I was first time ever being homeless in my life. I mean, I can't imagine a world now, to be honest with you, without downtown Schenectady, because they're on the battlefield.
2. The fentanyl epidemic and its ties to homelessness. The fentanyl epidemic has become one of San Francisco's deepest heartbreaks. Once known for its spirit of innovation and beauty, the city now fights an invisible battle on its streets. In 2025, over 800 lives were lost to overdoses, most tied to fentanyl, an opioid so potent that even a few grains can steal a life. In neighborhoods like the Tenderloin and Soma, outreach workers make their rounds each dawn, armed with naloxone kits and compassion, trying to rescue people who have fallen into addiction's relentless grip. For those without a roof, the lure of fentanyl isn't about thrill, it's about survival. Cold nights, hunger, and silence drive people to seek a few hours of numbness. Hospitals like Zuckerberg San Francisco General now see waves of overdose patients daily, stretching resources and breaking hearts. Yet, amid all this despair, there are faces, real, fragile, human. One of them is David, a 47-year-old former construction worker who lost everything after an injury left him unable to work. For months, he's been drifting between encampments near Mission Street, carrying all he owns in a torn backpack. He says fentanyl found him when pain and loneliness did.
The addictions.
The addictions?
The addictions and the mental.
It takes the edge off.
You know, cannabis is my friend, and
That's awesome.
It's like music. It's like music. It tames the beast.
But it also takes pieces of me every time.
It buys drugs, and I'm miserable, so.
Last month, volunteers from a mobile outreach van convinced him to join a recovery shelter. Now, he's taking small steps, attending meetings, sketching plans for a new start, and daring to hope again. At U.S. Homeless Stories, we share voices like David's to remind the world that behind every addiction lies a person, someone who once built homes, loved, dreamed, and still wants another chance. These aren't just stories of despair. 3. Life on the edge for the homeless. In the misty mornings of San Francisco, when the first light slips through the fog over the bay, the city awakens in two worlds. One filled with luxury apartments and coffee shops. The other with worn-out tents and silent figures wandering the streets. For thousands here, life isn't about living, it's about surviving. Beneath bridges and along cracked sidewalks, the struggle unfolds quietly, heartbreakingly real. The cries in the night of the homeless. As the fog rolls over San Francisco's 47 square miles, the city's nights tell stories few ever hear. Beneath the glow of streetlights and the distant echo of cable cars, the cries of the unhoused blend with the hum of a metropolis that rarely sleeps. In the Tenderloin, an area barely 0.35 square miles, yet home to some of the city's deepest struggles, residents describe nights filled with haunting whispers and muffled sobs as people search for warmth along rain-soaked sidewalks. According to the 2025 city data, more than 6,000 individuals sleep outdoors each night, their shelters built from tarps, cardboard, and hope. Volunteers with outreach teams often make their rounds past midnight, distributing blankets and naloxone kits under programs like the California Harm Reduction Initiative. They share quiet conversations with people who fear sleeping deeply, worried their belongings or safety might vanish by morning. Many recount that the hardest part isn't the cold, but the loneliness. They remind us through U.S. Homeless Stories that behind every shiver and silent prayer is a person still holding on, still believing that morning might bring a little more light than the night before.
I've never seen it this busy out here, man. This is crazy.
5. Root causes of the homelessness crisis. San Francisco's homelessness crisis is rooted in a web of economic, social, and systemic pressures that have converged over decades. At its core lies an overwhelming housing shortage, with less than one affordable unit available for every 4 low-income renters, according to the 2024 California Housing Partnership Report. The median home price now exceeds $1.3 million, while the city's average rent remains above $3,500 for a one-bedroom apartment. Even with the city's 18 per hour minimum wage, the math simply doesn't add up. Many working-class families, service employees, and retirees spend over half their income on rent, leaving them one unexpected expense away from losing their homes. But the housing crunch isn't the only culprit. Mental health and addiction treatment programs, though extensive, remain chronically underfunded. Facilities such as the Behavioral Health Access Center on Howard Street serve thousands each month, yet long wait times often force individuals to fend for themselves. Meanwhile, federal disinvestment in affordable housing since the 1980s continues to ripple through local systems, straining shelters that operate at near full capacity. Racial and social inequities deepen the crisis further. Black and Native American residents are disproportionately affected, representing far greater percentages of the homeless population than of the city's total demographics. When combined with the state's recurring natural disasters, like the wildfires that displaced over 20,000 Californians in 2023 alone, these overlapping pressures form a perfect storm that drives more people onto the streets each year. In the face of this complex web, solutions must be equally multifaceted, addressing not just roofs and shelters, but systemic fairness, mental health access, and the dignity every human being deserves. 6. Government efforts and policies. San Francisco's fight against homelessness remains one of America's toughest urban challenges, where even massive funding struggles to meet the scale of need. In 2025, the city allocated over $677 million to shelters, outreach, and housing programs, yet the crisis remains visible. The Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing, HSH, formed in 2016, supports more than 20,000 residents yearly, but critics point to slow rollouts and bureaucratic delays that stall real progress. Under Mayor Daniel Lurie's Break the Cycle plan, launched in early 2025, the city is shifting toward integrated solutions that link housing with mental health and addiction care. Efforts include converting vacant commercial spaces into micro-apartments and expanding family programs in the Tenderloin and Bayview districts. These initiatives show promise, yet red tape, community pushback, and permit hurdles often drag momentum. Partnerships with state and federal agencies strengthen the fight. California's Home Key program funds rapid housing conversions, while HUD grants target prevention and data-driven policy. Still, questions remain about coordination and transparency. San Francisco's approach blends empathy with complexity, ambitious plans hindered by real-world challenges. To turn compassion into measurable change, the city must unify its efforts, ensuring that every investment translates into restored dignity and lasting stability for those who need it most. Seven, nonprofit organizations. Across San Francisco's 46.9 square miles, nonprofit organizations form the backbone of compassion, working tirelessly to support those experiencing homelessness. Beyond immediate relief, they provide long-term pathways to stability, offering shelter, healthcare, education, and job opportunities. St. Anthony's Foundation, located in the Tenderloin, serves over 2,000 meals daily, while also providing addiction recovery programs and digital literacy training. Glide Memorial Church, a pillar of hope for more than 60 years, continues to deliver meals, showers, and spiritual counseling to thousands each month, proving that empathy remains stronger than despair. Other groups like Larkin Street Youth Services focus on the city's vulnerable young adults, helping over 2,500 annually with transitional housing and career-building programs that restore independence and dignity. Meanwhile, Dignity Moves pushes innovation through modular housing projects, creating small but secure villages where stability begins. Project Homeless Connect brings together hundreds of volunteers for citywide service fairs, connecting people directly with medical, legal, and employment resources in a single day of impact. These collaborations create a powerful web of care, showing that collective action can drive real change where policy alone often falls short. In U.S. Homeless Stories, we see how these organizations represent more than charity. They embody the city's conscience. Their tireless efforts remind us that every act of kindness, no matter how small, strengthens the bridge between struggle and survival, turning compassion into the foundation for hope. Eight, a brighter future for the homeless. San Francisco's path toward a brighter future for its unhoused residents is taking shape through a combination of innovation, compassion, and reform. In 2025, the city continues to expand its supportive housing network, introducing modular housing villages and converting underutilized hotels into safe, long-term residences. These bridge communities, as officials call them, provide stability and connection, stepping stones between street life and independence. According to the city's Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing, more than 2,800 individuals have transitioned into permanent homes since early 2024, a modest but meaningful stride toward the goal of ending chronic homelessness within the decade. Beyond housing, the city's new initiatives focus on healing the human spirit. Programs such as Healing Through Art in the Mission District and Workforce Reconnect in Bayview teach creative and practical skills, helping participants rebuild confidence and re-enter the workforce. Local nonprofits collaborate with tech firms to offer digital literacy training, preparing residents for jobs in San Francisco's evolving economy. Even schools are joining the mission, partnering with shelters to provide tutoring for children experiencing housing instability, ensuring they don't fall behind their peers. These transformations, while gradual, paint a portrait of hope. They show that progress isn't only measured in numbers, but in renewed dignity and opportunity. As advocates, volunteers, and everyday citizens come together, San Francisco begins to redefine what it means to care for its most vulnerable. Through U.S. Homeless Stories, we witness these efforts unfold, not as distant policies, but as living proof that when empathy leads action, even the darkest streets can give way to light. Personal reflections. Walking through San Francisco's streets, you're struck by contrasts so sharp they almost ache. On one block, sleek offices hum with innovation. On the next, human lives unfold beneath cardboard shelters. It's a city of breathtaking beauty and heartbreaking disparity, where success and suffering share the same skyline. As the 2025 homelessness budget tops $677 million, the question lingers: can money alone mend the wounds that run so deep? Each encounter with a person struggling on these streets reminds us that behind every statistic lies a soul with a story, someone who once had dreams, laughter, and belonging. In Bayview, the air carries both the scent of salt from the bay and the weight of exhaustion from those who sleep in their cars, hoping for a fresh start. These are not faceless wanderers. They are parents, veterans, artists, and dreamers caught in a web of circumstances they never expected. It's here that you feel the pulse of resilience, the quiet will to rise again, even when the world turns away. San Francisco's 8,000-plus homeless individuals represent more than a policy issue. They mirror our collective moral compass and how far empathy must stretch. Through U.S. Homeless Stories, I've come to realize that compassion isn't passive, it's active, demanding that we look closer, listen deeper, and act with purpose. The city's famed fog may roll in each evening, but beyond it lies the clear truth. Change begins when understanding replaces judgment. Every small gesture, a shared meal, a kind word, an open ear ripples outward, reminding us that hope still lives, even in the harshest corners. If these reflections move you, subscribe to U.S. Homeless Stories and join the conversation. Because the more we see, the more we care, and caring is the first step toward change. Conclusion. San Francisco's homelessness crisis stands as both a mirror and a warning, reflecting not only the city's struggle, but also the broader moral test facing America today. Behind the postcard-perfect skyline of the Golden Gate Bridge and the hum of innovation in Silicon Valley, thousands live in quiet suffering. In 2025, despite a budget surpassing $670 million dedicated to homelessness response, over 8,000 individuals remain without stable shelter. The paradox is striking. A city of immense wealth and creativity still grappling with the most basic of human needs: safety, warmth, and belonging. This ongoing disparity reminds us that prosperity means little when compassion lags behind progress. Each story across San Francisco's 46.9 square miles, whether from the Mission's mural-lined alleys or the shadows beneath Market Street, tells a piece of this complex puzzle. Addiction, mental illness, and economic inequality weave a tangled web that no single policy can cut through. Yet, within this web lie sparks of hope. Outreach teams patrolling nightly, nonprofits building modular shelters, and citizens stepping up to volunteer time, food, and empathy. Progress may seem slow, but each effort plants the seed of change in ground long hardened by neglect. Still, the path ahead demands more than aid. It requires accountability and vision. True solutions lie in prevention, affordable housing development, accessible mental health care, and fair wages that allow working families to stay rooted. As new leadership under Mayor Daniel Lurie steers the Break the Cycle initiative, collaboration between government, community, and private sectors will decide whether the next decade brings resolution or repetition. Through U.S. homeless stories, we've witnessed that homelessness is not just a statistic, it's humanity exposed. Each life caught in the margins carries lessons about endurance, dignity, and the collective responsibility we share. To rebuild, we must first see, listen, and act with compassion that extends beyond policy into purpose. Only then can San Francisco, and the nation it represents, transform despair into renewal, proving that even amid struggle, hope still finds a home.